That one was. This is William Montague Ferry's grave. He was born in Massachusetts, spent some time up at Mackinac Island. If you guys have ever been to Mackinac Island, and you know on the southeast part of the island there's Mission Point and that big mission house, that was built by William Montague Ferry, and he got some of the lumber. Then he was a missionary and a Presbyterian minister.
And they're gonna put a flag at
his son's grave, yeah. And basically,
people have been marking.
Yeah, they shouldn't be doing that in the cemetery. But he basically then got into the lumbering business outside of being a missionary and minister, and came to the Grand Haven area for being a lumbering, and helped to develop the Grand Haven area. There already were Native Americans here, obviously, but there are also white settlers already here too, like Ricks Robinson. But basically, William Montague Ferry then kind of came here to the Grand Haven area, helped develop it, was a mayor of Grand Haven, a supervisor of Spring Lake, did a lot of things. We brought a flag from home, two technically. One Alice made, one that she's putting in the ground right there. And William Montague Ferry, he was a kind of famous guy throughout the West Michigan, you know, big influence on Mackinac Island. And then also a lot of his children did lots of important things. William Montague Ferry also helped plat out the Montague area. William Montague Ferry is big for the Holland area too, in the sense that he's the one who encouraged Van Rolte to move to that area. This son of William Montague Ferry, Thomas White Ferry, basically became a U.S. senator and was pretty influential here. But the son we're kind of here to visit today, right here, is Noah Henry Ferry, and he died in the U.S. Civil War at the Battle of Gettysburg. In fact, when he enlisted, a lot of men said that they would only enlist if he could serve along as their leader. He was very well liked, very well popular. In fact, when he died, several people said that, you know, the Army lost its best major. He was very well liked, considered to be honest, hardworking, fair. And on the third day of the Battle of Gettysburg, he's in the cavalry, and he's actually serving under the famous George Armstrong Custer of Little Bighorn fame, which doesn't happen until like 1876. But in the Battle of Gettysburg, July 3rd, 1863, the third day of the Battle of Gettysburg, his men are kind of dismounted. They get surprised by Confederates. They get into a long 3-hour firefight. His men start to retreat, and Noah stays put and tries to rally them back. And then at that point, he gets hit in the head and killed instantly. They brought his body back to Grand Haven, although there is a marker on the battlefield of Gettysburg for him. He was technically, my understanding is technically never actually buried there. And basically then killed on July 3rd, buried here on July 18th here in Grand Haven. And this actually becomes the Ferry family plot. You can see some other Ferry family plots through here. So Ferry is kind of considered the father of Grand Haven, helped settle Holland by encouraging Van Rolte to move there, helped settle the Montague area, and helped develop Mackinac Island. You can see Noah Henry was born on Mackinac Island. So was his brother Thomas. They had other kids too, though. But Noah Henry Ferry died for our country July 3rd, 1863, at the Battle of Gettysburg, on the part of the battlefield called East Cavalry Field, fighting with and under the famous George Armstrong Custer with the Michigan Cavalry here. So it's Memorial Day weekend, and you can see Alice just put the flag. And Memorial Day weekend, and remember, Memorial Day started out as Decorations Day to honor Civil War graves and so forth, and decorate them, put flowers and poems and things like that out. We just saw some other Civil War graves over in that part of the cemetery here, and what's kind of interesting is that there's some United States Colored Troops, 3, which was kind of rare for this area back then. at this time, because Michigan had a small African American population. But it sounds like that they were treated well by the Northern social veterans groups after the war, called the Grand Army of the Republic. The was it? I think it was called the Wax Weather Post 75 was the local Grand Army of the Republic. Basically Northern Veterans Club Association, and supposedly I guess they let African Americans in and treated them relatively fair, and they let them be buried alongside the white soldiers here in the cemetery in Grand Haven, Lake Forest Cemetery. But Memorial Day initially for honoring Civil War veterans, and after World War I it starts to become Memorial Day for all wars and to honor all people who died serving the country. All right, Alice, do you have any last second thoughts?
And there's a little green worm thing.
Okay. All right. And there's Mary A. White, part of the Ferry family too, but helped do a lot of the education here in this area. But I guess he liked the dunes, and then that's why they buried Noah here, because Noah's the first family member to be buried here at this location. All right, so Memorial Day, guys, get some fresh air, be positive, but also think about our country's history and those who served. Thank you.